Hey everybody, welcome back to Nerds with Friends. We're back in our home sweet home. I've passed my kidney stone. Christian has passed his COVID, which was not real.
Just like birds.
Just like birds. Birds are not real.
Birds aren't real.
We're back. Thank you guys for sticking with us and dealing with the shitty audio video quality last week. Hopefully it wasn't too troublesome for you. I know I've become a bit of a snob on my content that I listen to and watch. I like high production value, Christian, which is why since the inception of Nerds with Friends, we've always had like mixers and lighting and stuff like that because I don't like doing it halfway. I like stuff to sound and look good. Speaking of sounding good and looking good, we did our AI photos. We'll be talking a little bit about that in a little bit. But today, on today's episode, we are going to be talking about some nerdy holiday gift ideas. This gift giving season is upon us, whether you're a one of Kanye's favorite people or
Dude, it's the middle of about to cough. You made me laugh.
I'll just okay. Just
okay.
Try to spare the people from your coughing a little bit.
Oh God, dude, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Hey, I didn't say it. Kanye said it.
Oh my God.
But whether you're one of the chosen or any of the other denominations, we like to give gifts around the holidays.
That made me hot. Jesus Christ.
And so we've come up with some nerdy gift ideas at different price points to give the nerd in your life. So stick with us after the break, and we'll be telling you all of those. Of course, you can always skip forward if you really want to, but we'd appreciate it if you listen to all of our other bullshit. Anyway, before we get to that, let's thank you guys for liking and subscribing, clicking the little bell on YouTube, following on iTunes and Spotify, and of course, checking out patreon.com/nerdswithfriends. Christian, it's been too long. Let's do some nerdy confessions, where we confess the things that make us and keep us being nerds.
Let's see. I have my nerdy confession is I've been binge watching so many shows during COVID. There was not much I could do.
Yeah.
Literally did not leave the condo the whole time, and so I needed things to do, so I was watching shows. So almost fully caught up with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't know why more people didn't tell me about this show. It is hilarious. Could not be made today.
I mean, it is still being made today.
But I mean, like those early seasons could definitely not be made today. Those guys are comedic geniuses, man. Charlie Day. I've always liked him in things like he was in like Pacific Rim, and then he did the one with
Horrible
Ice
Bosses.
Cube, Horrible Bosses. He's always been great, but in this show, he's just
Charlie is the best. And then I also love Mac. Dennis. Dennis is one of my favorites, and of course the great Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito,
and
man.
Sweet D.
Sweet D, she's great. What I was gonna say about the show, like, it's funny because I've always seen clips on it, and like people are always referencing it on TikTok or in other things on Twitter, and they always like take these moments where Charlie just seems like a garbage person, but in the show he's actually a very sweet guy.
Oh, he's super sweet, but he's also a trash person.
He is a to himself.
Yeah.
But he's unlike the rest of the group. He never really does anything horrible to other people, at least not on purpose.
Right.
But he always tries to be a nice, sweet guy, and he doesn't get painted that way, like when they reference him or when he gets put on different things. But yeah, I was like watching the show. I was like, dude, I just want him to be with the waitress, and maybe he does later on. Maybe
well, that's his in real life wife.
I know that,
yeah.
which has gotta be rough. To just like,
no, it's probably hilarious.
I'm sure it's
also Sweet D's married to Mac.
Yes, which is always funny because they're both always just calling each other like disgusting looking, or
yeah,
which is it's
probably why it's fun.
But I'm sure like on some like watching the show, I was like, man, if my fiance said that to me, even like I know she's kidding, it's still got a sting.
Yeah,
like you gotta wonder like she must mean part of that like somewhere deep inside.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably feeding her some lines and stuff too, so who knows?
Well, yeah,
but it's great.
Great show. The Night Man Cometh so far is
Gay Man. Oh
yeah. Fighter of the Night Man. Oh dude, like when I was researching that, I saw that they were doing live shows and they went They even played here in San Francisco in 2008, and I'm like, dude, I would have loved to have seen it. So it was like extended scenes, more songs, longer versions of the songs they were singing, and to see Danny DeVito up on stage, man, would have been so awesome. And it was like all the original cast, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great show, and I'm glad that it's still being made, and it's still like, it never like fell off. It's still great.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole season where Mac gets fat.
I'm on that season right now.
Oh, really?
I'm on that season.
Where he actually puts on all the weight.
He's cultivating mass.
And then in the next season, he's all fucking cut again, and he's just like, he just did it because he thought it was funny.
Like, dude, in the show, like, he lifts his shirt and he starts doing, he becomes diabetic, so he starts taking insulin and stuff.
Yeah, it's so good.
So, dude, the amount of times that Danny DeVito is naked, like,
oh yeah,
he
comes out of the couch.
That just happened, yeah. Like, the amount of times that he does it in the balls.
So then I start blasting.
I haven't gotten to that yet, but I have seen those clips. But like, Danny DeVito has got big balls, man, to just go on that show naked that many times.
I'm sure they've all seen them.
Sure,
I'm sure they have.
They've all seen his bag multiple times for sure.
It's so funny because, you know, if you've only watched that show, you might forget that Danny DeVito, I'm pretty sure, is an Academy Award-winning director.
Oh, I'm sure.
And maybe actor too, like, because he was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I mean, he was also the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Yep.
It's like one of the best supervillain castings of all time.
Matilda, you know, he did a kids movie.
Not to mention, like, Twins was excellent with Arnold and stuff. I mean,
they're doing a new one, by the way,
with Arnold
and Danny DeVito.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Apparently, there's a third brother.
Oh, is he gonna be like black or something?
Yes, he is.
Yes. See, I've got my finger on the pulse, Christian.
It's oh my god, I'm forgetting his name, and I love him. He was in 30 Rock. Oh my god,
Tracy Morgan.
Yes, Tracy Morgan.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get her pregnant. So good. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. Yeah. It's a great show. I'm glad you're finally discovering it, because I've loved that show for a long time.
You know, it's interesting because I'm like I'm also all caught up on Mythic Quest, which you should watch.
That's the one with Rob McElhaney.
Yeah,
Mac.
Yeah, and it's just like how much, like, he definitely looks a lot older. He doesn't look like old, but it's like, dude, like seeing him super young and then seeing him now, it's like, oh, dude, he's definitely, like, you've seen him progress in age. But yeah, Danny DeVito looks the fucking same.
Yeah, Danny DeVito has looked the same for so long.
Like, dude has not aged in like 30 years.
Yeah. You know, Rob McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds bought a soccer team together. Are
you serious?
Yeah. It's the Wrexham Soccer Football Club in Wrexham,
this sounds
Wales.
Like a show. This doesn't sound real.
So they made a documentary show out of it, and that was part of the reason why Ryan Reynolds was like, okay, if we're going to do this, we got to make a business out of it. You know, we can't just buy a soccer team because we're rich Hollywood actors. So they made a documentary show about it called Welcome to Wrexham, which is on Hulu, and it's really cool. And I've watched it. And I'm not a soccer fan at all, but it's interesting to watch like what the process is, because essentially the basis of the show is, and maybe you know this if you because you watch a little soccer. I know you.
I'm not watching the World Cup, man, but
America's out, so fuck it. I'm just kidding. But in at least in the European leagues, you can get promoted and demoted, and so, which is a cool concept, I think, which I think would be fun to do in like American football or whatever.
It's leagues, so you're in a certain league, and then you can go down.
So like, imagine you're the San Francisco Giants, Major League Baseball team. If you come in last place in the season, you get dropped down to minor league team. And whoever's the best minor league team gets promoted to be a major league team. And so they're fighting for it. And then this Wrexham team is in like the last league or whatever. So they're trying to buy this team and using their resources and whatever, help get them promoted into the next league up. So it's a pretty cool show, right? Interesting stuff called Welcome to Wrexham. Dude,
so Ryan Reynolds owns Mint Mobile.
Yep.
Aviator Gin, and a soccer team.
Yeah.
A football.
He's a pretty savvy business guy. And what's cool about it is because he uses his own notoriety as advertising.
Yeah.
because like Mint Mobile, the only reason we know about it is because of him.
Yeah, but I don't know anyone that owns like a Mint program.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or contract.
Who knows? It could be great, but probably not. But anyway, but that's how they keep advertising low, because AT&T and Verizon spend a shit ton of money on advertising, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like, well, I don't need to hire actors. I'll just do it myself. And
I'm surprised it's not in his rider. Like he has to use a Mint phone anytime he's in a movie.
well, I will say the Wrexham jerseys now say Aviation Gin on the back of them. So yeah, but yeah, pretty interesting. All right, my nerdy confession. We referenced it briefly, but I had a hell of a time looking up what's the AI app called? It's called
Lensa.
Lensa AI. So you might have seen this going around on Instagram, Facebook, what have you, TikTok. There's this new app where you can upload a bunch of selfies of yourself to this AI program, and it will shit out a bunch of AI generated pictures of yourself.
Dude, what?
And they're so good, and I love it so much.
Cody's are so good. I must have a weird face that AI just doesn't know what to do with, man.
Yeah, we'll put some up on the screen right now if you're watching on YouTube, and we'll put some up on our Instagram. You can take a look at Instagram at Nerds with Friends. But man, I mean, and there's like weird categories, like it'll be like adventure and then astronaut and then anime, and they're just so funny. And I wish my hair looked that good. I wish my beard looked that good. Like everything's softer and like well defined. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what the AI was trying to do with me. Like, there's one anime, and Cody's anime ones.
I look like an anime character. It's
looks
amazing.
Fantastic. On mine, it looks like I was telling Cody, and like it looks like they were trying to turn me into Bobby Lee, but with like more Down syndrome. Like it's not the best.
Yeah.
There was another one, the superhero one. All I'll say is that Kanye West would hate me. Is how it made me look. Yeah, I don't know. Like it just. I think they saw my nose and they're like, "Oh, it's big. Let's just make it bigger.
Let's crank it up to it's at a 7. Let's crank it up to an 8.
That'll make him look more superhero-ish." Yeah, and then this one.
A lot of mine are pictures of me wearing a shirt with my own face on it.
Fantastic.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, no, you really.
I'm going to have a couple made using these pictures.
Oh, for sure.
And then feed that into the AI and see if I can blow it up.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I mean? Get it in a feedback loop or whatever.
My adventure one, for whatever reason, has me in like, like when they do. You can show Cody.
Yeah, it's like a 80s barbarian, but like a lady barbarian.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I always make you the ladies on our thumbnails for our episodes.
I didn't feed those pictures in there, but maybe they went into the internet.
It's like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah.
He's that chick from that podcast. Yeah. Oh man, but it is fun. Check it out, guys. It does cost a little bit of money. What was it, like $8?
Yeah, it was like $8.
$8 for every time you feed it in there, but well worth it.
For Cody, it was $8 to hurt my feelings.
Yeah. For myself, I actually did the 100 one, so I paid $11, but money well spent.
I might do it again just to see if I get better.
I'm gonna go spend like $30 tonight just doing it over and over again. I've never liked looking at pictures of myself so much, but yeah,
his looked fantastic. The majority of his look great. There were a couple where he's got like fingers coming out of his fingers for whatever reason.
I've got like 10 fingers on one hand, but then a t-shirt with my face on it. Long flowing hair makes me want to grow my hair out again.
Yeah, see, like, and one of them, it's like the top part's my hair, but then it starts going down and it turns into a hood.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the app was trying. And there was one where it made my beard look like spaghetti or something.
So cool. Man, AI is crazy. It's not going to take over anytime soon.
No,
but
it's definitely
it sure
not,
is
man.
fun to watch it grow and learn.
Watch it trying to figure out what humans do.
What do I do with this guy? I don't know. Make his nose bigger and give him a spaghetti beard.
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy, he's in a metal bikini. He's cross-eyed, and he's got, hair down to his ass. Like, all right, cool.
It's like, cool. This guy, it's
this
crazy.
guy's hot pink. He's hot pink in space, wearing a cowboy outfit.
It's like this guy wears shirts of himself.
Yeah. I mean, who would want to wear a shirt of that? I want to wear a shirt of that.
I bet you we could sell a bunch of shirts with Cody's face on it.
Yeah.
I would wear that shirt.
I'd wear it. So I've just got a very purchasable face.
Yes, for sure.
Alrighty, well, we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back from a word from our sponsors, we're going to be talking about our holiday gift guide for 2022. Got some new ones on here, and got price points for every price point out there. Whether you got $10 or no, what did I say? $5.
$5.
Whether you got $5 or infinite dollars, we'll give you some gift ideas for the nerd in your life. So we'll be right back. And we're back. All right, Christian. It is the giving season, and I've got a list of some cool gift ideas for the nerd in your life. So we kind of broke it down because, not everyone wants to spend $100 on their friends or their family members or whatever. I myself, being currently unemployed, went a little lighter on Christmas. I didn't really, but I should have. I should have gone lighter on Christmas, but I love gift giving. And so that's what kind of inspired this episode's idea. So we got different price levels. We've got stocking stuffers at like $5, where you can do one or you can do multiple of that. I've got $20, which is, pretty decent amount for like, your white elephant gifts or whatever. If you got a white elephant amongst the nerds in your life. $50, getting a little bit more personal. Maybe a sibling or whatever. $100 for the significant other, your parents, whatever. And then I've got the big money one. No limit. Ultimate holiday gift. So we'll start small, work our way up, and we'll each give you at least one. But Christian, why don't you start us off with a stocking stuffer?
Of course, the internet's not working right now and I need to look at stuff. But I remember some of them. The $5 one, I had a good one. Of course, now it's not loading. What was it? I'm trying to remember.
Well, here, I'll start it off then.
Yeah.
Magic booster packs.
I wasn't going to throw that out, but that was my number one thing, of course.
I mean, if your friend or family member likes playing Magic booster packs will run you anywhere from $4 on up to $25 for the collectors and stuff. But, you can throw a couple of those in a stocking. It's a cool gift if they like playing Magic. It's a really fun, little stocking stuffer. I'm hoping for some myself this Christmas. I think, I told my sister, I'm like, if there's one thing you get me, I want these golf shoes and I want these fucking Magic cards. So I think it's an easy one. Easy to put one in there, bunch in there. You can all open packs together if you're all into Magic. Another one I picked out was D&D dice. It was always nice, easy.
See, these are things that came first to my mind. But I feel like we do that every year.
Sure.
So I didn't do it, but yes, also a good one.
And there's one thing with the D&D dice. Yes, there are sets out there that are $20 and up and whatnot, but there's also like bulk packs where you get like 5 different sets for like $10, and that's $2 a set of dice for 10 different friends or whatever, 5 different friends. So that you don't have to go super expensive, and everyone can use more dice if they're into tabletop RPGs.
Okay, so I found it. Offensive crayons.
Ooh,
I'm not gonna say the colors because this is from Etsy.
How offensive are they? Let me take a look.
It's not gonna give any. Let's see. Oh no, there's audio. We're not turning that on.
Oh gosh. So what's all I want for Christmas is for you to turn off this fucking song is Orange. Prancer's Malignant Cancer. That's another color. That's pretty fun. That is fun.
Oh, I thought it was going to be racist stuff. Not as fun for me.
Well,
but
I didn't read the black crayon. So.
Or the red one, I'm sure would have been bad, or the yellow.
Yeah.
That's on Etsy. This is, what store is this? If you guys want to go for it. Just as offensive crayons.
Yeah. So search that on Etsy. That'd be a fun one, especially if you have an artist or like a new parent with little kids who don't know any better. I think that'd be fun. Just really fuck them up.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for giving me these crayons. Now,
kid gets to school. I'm like, hey, can you pass me the red? What's red?
What's red? You mean Injun Joe?
Yeah, pass me that one.
You mean the Washington football team?
Yeah. Just this kid who doesn't know.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, so $5, plenty of options out there. Oh, I had one more idea too. Just a $5 gift certificate to your local comic shop, because comic books normally about $2 or $3, and giving them $5 gets them a free comic book and a little bit more towards another one if they win, or they can spend it on, say, a trade paperback or what have you, and you're supporting a local comic book store. You're not just feeding Jeff Bezos more money for his dick rockets. You know what I mean?
Another one that I just found was a belly button lint brush. It just looks like a toilet brush.
Gross.
For your belly button.
Disgusting. Cool. All right, let's move it on up to $20. $20, a little more expensive, but you can still find some good value in there. You have one locked and loaded, or you want me to?
Yeah, so this one was, I can't find it, but I do remember. It was beer jackets. So instead of the little beer cozy, it actually looks like a puffy jacket, and it's got the arms on it.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So it's like this, and they have like they had a Back to the Future one. It was like all like movie jackets from like characters.
My friend David actually sent me something that was kind of similar. It was a hooded sweatshirt for your Xbox controller.
There we go.
And I thought that was kind of fun. I mean, like, I don't think it's actually playable with the sweatshirt on.
No, but it looks hilarious.
And that's kind of a fun one. I had a good one. Speaking of one of our favorite authors, Mr. Brandon Sanderson, you can buy Mistborn Era 1, which is the first 3 books of the Mistborn series, for $20, all 3 of them, in a little collector's paperback set, which is awesome because, first of all, it's great value for those books. The books are amazing. And Era 2 just finished up too. So if they really like it, they got another 4 books to read where they can really jump into. And it's pretty cool because, especially when getting into epic fantasy or someone like Brandon Sanderson, there's a lot of books that aren't finished yet. Like Stormlight Archive still has another book to go in it. So this one's finished. They can get the first 3 and they can read that. It's its own self-contained story. And I mean, that's a lot of reading time for $20. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I thought that was a pretty good one. All right, $20, easy peasy, chump change, some might say. What about $50, Christian?
So, damn it, I can't find it. What's up? You go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So for $50, I thought I went 2 different ways on it. So I was thinking, like, if you're a nerd, you probably like either some sort of trading card game, whether it's Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, what have you, or some type of role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, Cyberpunk 2077, what have you. So the main hassle when it comes to any of those is, like, if you're playing in person, is lugging your stuff around. So for $50, you can get either a tabletop RPG carrying bag or a like trading card carrying bag. Here's the trading card one. You can kind of take a look at this one. This is just one example. There's multiple styles and formats and stuff, but it can hold looks like it could probably hold like 5 or 6 full decks, commander decks in it, inside their deck boxes, which is cool. So you don't have to like take them out of the box and put them into the bag, and then now they're just loose rummaging around. It's got dividers. It's got a place for pens and paper and stuff like that, and a little shoulder strap so you can look like that fucking idiot. So it's a really cool option for someone who likes to go to their local game store or likes to go to their friend's house and bring their cards with them, because sometimes hauling it around is can be a little bit rough. The other one is an RPG gaming bag. Now there's obviously some very expensive ones out there, but I liked this one right here, which is cool. This one's actually $60, but it has little straps on it to roll up your map for like D&D if you have like a hex map or whatever. Plenty of room for books, pencils, pens, tokens, minis. You can bring your laptop in there if you want, if you like using like a digital tabletop or something. So $50, and I mean, I'm sure you can put some Magic cards in the RPG one and vice versa. But having one for each, one thing I struggle with is like I have one backpack that I use for most stuff. So it's like, if I'm coming in to play Magic at your house, I'm taking all my laptop and podcast shit out of it. and putting in all my Magic stuff. Then when I get home, I take all the Magic stuff out. Oh, maybe I'm playing D&D, so then I put all my D&D books in it. It's like back and forth, back and forth. So having a bag for each is really helpful.
They had some cool boxes too at Anime Imports that we were looking at. It looks similar to the one you were showing.
Yep. Look at this one. Now this is a little bit more expensive, but $140. Look at that fucking thing. That's for board games. Look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 board games stacked in there.
Yeah, I mean that's a fucking cool.
That's crazy.
Looks like a suitcase.
Why do you need to bring that? I mean, I guess if you were going to Comic-Con and you want to play board games in line or whatever.
That would be great if you were like a professional dungeon master. You show up with that, people are like, all right, I see where my money's going.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good point. If you want a little bit of professionalism, showing up with a big fat backpack. They also make these too, I should say. I have one personally for Warhammer or miniature tabletop games. And
that's the little rolling one you bring around, right?
That's for my paints.
Okay.
I have a lot of storage options at my house, but it's a big shoulder bag, and inside you put these foam things that come in different thicknesses, and they're pluck foam. So you pull the foam out of it, and then you can put in your miniatures so they stay nice and safe. They're not getting smushed and stuff. So you can bring your whole army to and from the game store or your buddy's house. So all of those are around $50, $60.
Slime. There was a slime kit. I can't find the specific name. Slime is big right now, Cody. People love slime and flavor or scented slime.
Oh.
There's all these.
Remember GAC?
Yeah.
That had a very specific smell.
Did it?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like those ASMR. That's what they're called, right? Where
people just squishing stuff.
Cute girls just like
whispering.
And I guess giving.
I'm running my fingernails into your beard hair. I don't know. Never actually watched.
I just know it's always a lot of like scratching the mic.
That's the Nerds' Friends ASMR. They're just break into it. Just.
We just do that, or it could just be us like shuffling Magic cards.
Ooh, that's a good sound. I like the sound of a shuffle. A good what do you call it? Bridge shuffle or whatever it is.
Yeah, there was it was on Etsy. Now I can't find it. The internet is failing me today. Yeah. But there was a cool slime kit.
Cool. Where you like make your own?
Yeah, you make so you get the kit. You get different colors, different smells, different.
I don't know if it was slime, but I remember making. They called it a non-Newtonian fluid. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, so non-Newtonian fluid. This is a fun science experiment with your kids and stuff. I want to say it was just like cornstarch and water, and it was one of those things where like you just mix it together. And you can put food coloring or whatever if you want, and then if you just let it sit. It turns into a liquid and starts like being a liquid and like flowing away.
So it melts.
But if you press into it, it's hard.
Oh yeah, I've seen someone run on top of one of those, and then you see them stop running, and they just like
yeah, it's kind of like make your own quicksand or something.
Nice.
Almost. But yeah, I remember making that in like elementary school or something. But I think the official term for it is non-Newtonian fluid because it doesn't follow the Newtonian laws of physics, essentially.
Okay.
I mean, it does, but like it doesn't seem like it does. All right. Now we're moving on to the big presents. These are like the ones if you want to like win Christmas, you know what I mean? Or win Kwanzaa. Or win a day of Hanukkah.
Day of Hanukkah?
Yeah, I mean, you'd want to say, I don't know exactly how Hanukkah works, but I know it's a gift a day or something. And I would assume you'd save the best one for the last day, right?
Yeah, assuming those pictures you see in me, I should know what how Hanukkah works, but I don't.
Yeah. But this is time when you're like, oh, I want to like really impress someone, whether it's a significant other, your best friend, or someone you want to get a really nice gift for. So we're talking $100.
Okay.
$100 or somewhere around there. I'll go first on this one. So for $100, you can get someone all they need to start playing Magic the Gathering Commander.
Okay.
And I thought this was kind of cool because
2 decks.
Not only that, but it'll help because say you have a friend who like, oh, maybe I want to learn how to play it. But, one of the hardest parts about learning Magic is figuring out where to start, right? Mm-hmm. So this takes the guesswork out of it. Plus, you get another person to play Commander with, which is kind of fun. So for $100, a pre-constructed Commander deck's about $50. They had a playmat, which is like those mouse pad materials to keep your cards safe and help you pick them up off the table and stuff. $20. Deck box around $13 to $15. You can get them 3 booster packs to open up and have, maybe add some cards into their thing. And you can put it all together, and then it's a complete kit. Oh, and then card sleeves, which are like, $10 or something like that. You can get them cheaper also. Sometimes they're like $5. So now they have everything they need to play a full game of Commander. Their cards are protected. They can bring it to and from people's houses from the game store. They don't need anything else. Of course, they can buy extra cards and whatnot, but you've given them some booster packs to open up and teach them what that's all about. You've given them a pre-constructed deck, which are great for people starting out because they're pre-balanced. They have a lot of Commander staples in them, which is things like Soul Ring and Felwar Stone that boost your mana and stuff. So it's really like a complete all-in-one thing, and it equals about $100. So
nice.
Pretty easy.
So I found everything I found was on Etsy. So it's this one's a little bit pricier. It's $197, but it's a functional Iron Man Mach 5 helmet. So
so like opens?
Yeah, it opens up. The lights on the eyes. I doubt it has a heads-up display. I probably don't think it has that. But
I don't think the technology's been invented
That's
yet.
one of those gifts where it's like I'd be super excited. I'd probably wear it a lot, but I'd also be a little bummed out that I don't have the rest of the suit.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there in like my sweatpants with the Iron Man helmet on, just like it opens up. Can you give me another soda?
Yeah. At least maybe the gloves would be cool.
Yeah.
Push stuff with the
exactly. You could play you could do like fat Iron Man, just wear a robe and then the Iron Man helmet.
Or the super thin, sickly Iron Man from Endgame, I guess.
Yeah, when he dies.
I mean, when he was on the plane with what's her face.
Nebula.
Nebula.
When they're all like starved and stuff. I put a bonus one in here. For about $100, you can get a pretty nice like Wormwood dice tray or something like that. You know, anything from Wormwood's a pretty quality product. And if you spend $100, you should be able to get something pretty nice from them. All right, Christian, enough fucking around. We're talking balls to the wall. Money is no option. Ultimate gift. This is like if we had disposable income, we could buy each other these gifts, and then we wouldn't have to worry about paying off our credit cards that are smoking from how much money we spent. Did you have one ready to go?
Yeah, this is a gaming table, so it's called the Ultimate Board Game Table. It's $1,000. So it has a screen in the middle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or you can cover it with like felt. And then the top parts open up. So this is more for, I guess, people watching on YouTube. So like the top part is where you can put like your dice. Where you can roll. There's a little rolling tray. And then there's a little bottom part where you have all your dice or character sheets.
Minis.
Minis. It's a fantastic looking table. It's not as nice as the one we saw at that one convention.
The Wormwood one?
Was it Wormwood?
I think so.
Yeah,
we did see them at one convention.
Where you can like buy it in pieces. Like they're very smart, dude. They're very smart in what they do. Like they get you, even if you don't have the money for it, you can start and just over the years just kind of build it out.
Right.
But yeah, I would
like, you can buy this table, but it doesn't come with a top on it, so you can't eat dinner on it. Oh, well, I guess I got to get the toppers. All right, well, that's an extra $200.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, but then it's just a table with a hole in it. And you're like, okay, well, I got to get some cup holders. Okay, well, those are $50 a piece or whatever. It's like, God damn it.
No, but yeah, they are genius businessmen along with making.
But they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They're gorgeous, and like I said, you can buy in segments and just build it over the years.
Yeah.
Which hopefully one day when here we'll have.
Someday I will have one. Mark my words. Okay, that's pretty cute. $1,000. That's still a pretty penny. Like I wouldn't buy that for anyone. At least not now. I wouldn't. But here's mine. Okay. All right, Christian. For a trip to Middle Earth, talking New Zealand.
Okay.
Okay. So the ultimate Lord of the Rings experience. Flight to New Zealand. I did from San Francisco. Arbitrary dates. It's about $2,500 for one person.
Not too bad.
Not terrible. but again, it's one person.
Yeah.
So you're flying solo. I mean, if you do this twice, just double everything. For 2 people, just double everything. Tour of Hobbiton goes anywhere from $100 to $200, depending on the season. Apparently,
We talking New Zealand bucks? We talking American bucks?
unclear.
Okay.
But I pay $200 if I'm already there. I'm not going to not see
Did it
Hobbiton.
say Lord of the Rings what the currency was?
No,
I mean, it's Tolkien. I'm pretty sure he probably would have said it.
no, it's just one of those details that he didn't obsess over. I'm going to invent a language, but I can't tell them if they're using Rohan bucks or Gondor dollars. Gondolars.
Gondolas, doubloons, or something. Rupees.
So Hobbiton tour, $100 to $200. Also, I read up while researching this. They're renovating the Hobbiton village, where they're actually going to build a full interior of a Hobbit home there,
Nice.
which is pretty cool. Like you're going to be able to go to Bilbo's house.
Well, I would be able to go. I don't know
Yeah,
if you would fit.
yeah, I crawled in there. Slide me into the living room. Also, there's this trip that you basically go on. I wouldn't call it a safari because there's not necessarily animals there, but you get to drive out and do a scenic tour of the valley of Rohan, where Rohan was based.
Nice.
So like all those plains and hills and stuff where all of that was shot and filmed. Then that's $300. Then helicopter Lord of the Rings tour, where you go and you go through some of like the rivers, waterfalls, where they had the 2 big statues and stuff. They didn't build those statues.
You fly over Mount Doom.
Yeah.
To drop the ring.
Yeah, you drop the ring in there, and then there's a guy down there. He catches it and saves it for the next trip. Yeah, so the helicopter tour is $520.
Okay.
A little pricey, but I mean,
Gas isn't cheap.
yeah. But you get to see, first of all, New Zealand is known for its beauty. That's why they chose it for Lord of the Rings. But also, it's you can see these vistas, like the shots in the movies. Most of them were done with helicopter. When Legolas and Aragorn and Gimli were like riding after the hobbits.
Yeah.
Shot from helicopter. So you'd get some of those views. And then, 5 nights in a hotel to do all this shit. I gave you basically a day in between to like rest and travel because they're not all right next to each other. About $1,000. Transportation, like rental car, whatever, from the airport and whatnot, about $500. So total, $4,970.
Not that bad.
It's not too bad. Doesn't include food. I
You
mean,
don't need to eat.
you're gonna spend food. You're gonna buy some souvenirs,
For sure.
But that sounds like an incredible experience.
Talking like 6,000, maybe.
Yeah,
7,000.
6 Jeezys, six Rohan racks. Yeah, but I mean, I think like that would be one of those things where I'd be like, holy shit, that's a once in a lifetime
See,
experience.
I really want to go to New Zealand. Like,
I would
maybe,
too.
Hopefully one day we get to. We need to make
It's supposed
more.
to have excellent trout fishing too, which I'd be super juiced on. Like I'm talking trout like this big.
Maybe our buddies
Monsters.
and Dice Legends will have us
Oh
over.
yeah, we could stay with them. We don't even need the hotel. That's $1,000 off
There
right
we
there.
go.
Have them drive us around. Hey, where's Lord of the Rings filmed? I know you know.
Yeah, you're from here, right? You gotta
Yeah.
know.
Show us where Rohan was. Show us where Gondor and Helm's Deep was. But yeah, the problem with researching this was I was looking at him like, oh, that seems so cool.
Oh yeah, I would have been bummed out. This is probably why I've never done research for it, man. Because I actually do really want to go.
Yeah,
it
I
seems
would
really
love to
really
go.
fucking cool.
I mean, to me, it's so crazy that there's still a place on Earth that looks like that.
Where we haven't built condos there yet.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't completely destroyed it. Or, because you think about like these undeveloped stretches of landscape. And yes, like there's the rainforest, right? But then you got to worry about drug cartels,
Yeah.
poisonous snakes.
Or those fish that go up your dick hole and then
Yeah,
they
the
expand.
little catfish things that
Yeah.
go up there in one way only.
Anacondas.
Anacondas, Jennifer Lopez, they almost got her.
Yeah.
The
butt didn't fit.
yeah, I choked on it. And then you got Australia, but then it's like a fucking desert full of poisonous snakes and spiders. So fuck that.
Yeah.
New Zealand's like
Clock
right.
spiders.
Why
No,
is it
thanks.
that New Zealand's right next to Australia and looks like so much more beautiful?
Because they put all the white criminals in
That's
Australia.
true. They ruined it.
They ruined it.
They ruined it. That's terrible. But I mean, that seems like an experience of a lifetime. So I thought that if you were gonna really go all out, like if you're really trying to get your dick sucked, $6,000.
Sure.
Dude, you telling me you wouldn't suck a guy's dick to go on that trip?
Depends on the dick.
Yeah. I mean, I might do it anyway.
Yeah.
I might be so caught up in the moment, feeling my emotions while I'm looking out over where the Rohirrim rode to save Helm's Deep. You know?
Helm's Deep would be dope. It'd be cool if they just actually built it and they just left it there, you know. But obviously that was probably a miniature set.
It was. And Peter Jackson still has it.
Nice.
He's got like a warehouse in there. I couldn't find any way of actually getting into that. They don't do tours or anything. Maybe one day they will. But they showed Stephen Colbert one time. He's still got fucking the big ass miniature of Helm's Deep. It's like bigger than this like little studio here.
I mean, Peter Jackson hasn't done a movie in a while. He might just start letting charge people to go in there.
Yeah. Well, he did the Hobbits, and then he did.
Yeah, that was years ago.
And then he also did
Mortal Engines.
Mortal Engines.
Which did terrible.
That was real bad. Peter Jackson, why'd you do that?
I didn't even watch it.
He also did that Beatles documentary, which was pretty good.
Okay.
Get Back. It was pretty cool. I mean, obviously, not as much goes into it as Lord of the Rings.
He just blew his creative load on like Lord of the Rings. He just put everything to it.
Like, I mean, it's a perfect franchise, or a perfect series, I should say. Hobbit fucked some things up. There was some studio interference, but like the Lord of the Rings movies were so good.
The DVD extras were really good.
It's one of I remember getting the extended cuts of all of them on DVD, where it came, like each one was like 7 discs or something.
Yeah.
And I watched all of it.
Yeah, there's like 4 hours of like behind the scenes stuff, man. Like,
and some of the filmmaking is just ridiculous too, because he did all this forced perspective stuff.
Yeah.
Where like the scene with Frodo and Gandalf at the kitchen table, like the table would like spin.
Yeah.
To like hide the perspective and make Gandalf look big and Frodo look small.
Oh, even on the cart.
And like now they just CG all that shit.
Even on the horse cart when they're in or the carriage, like, you know.
All right, then keep your secrets.
Yeah. And it totally looks like he's like talking to him. Yeah.
And it looks amazing. And now they just CGI all that shit. They're like, well, cut him out, paste him in, shrink him down, done.
Yeah.
Some of the artistry is gone, but not to say it doesn't take a lot of skill to do that stuff with visual effects, but it was a cool time. For like the fact that those movies got made and were as good as they were is amazing.
Oh, you know? For sure.
So
I do agree. The Hobbit had some things. I still enjoyed them, but
I enjoyed parts of them.
I think
it should have been 1.5 movies.
I think shooting them in that digital or whatever it was.
The high frame rate. That was fucking stupid.
That was really bad.
But there was a lot of stupid shit in those movies. But anyway, I digress. It's all about giving, not taking, Christian. That's what this episode's about. But let us know down in the comments, what did you think of our gift ideas? Are you going to be purchasing any of these for any of your loved ones? Are there any that we missed? Put them down there in the comments. I think we can use that as our own little shopping list this holiday season. Always looking for new ideas that aren't just like, oh, I bought my gift card for a video game, you know? Even though there are some good games out there. We didn't even mention any of those. But let us know. We do appreciate you guys commenting, liking, subscribing, commenting. It's all free. So just do that. Be in the giving season this time of year. It really helps us out. We do appreciate it. If you want to help us out even more, fill our little stockings with a little bit of treats. Check out patreon.com/nerdswithfriends. Help support the show and help us fill our own stockings. Christian, it's good to be back in person.
Yeah, I know. It's nice to get out of the house.
Nice to get out of the house. Nice to have a nice area to the podcast in again. And thanks for being my Santa's little helper. I don't know. The little elf to my Santa. My beard is getting a little gray nowadays. Got this like streak of white. But thank you guys again for listening. To all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. This is Nerds with Friends. Thank you and good night.